Hey everybody, I'm back today to talk to all you buyers out there who are trying to decide if right now is the best time to buy or if you should wait. All you can really do is look at stats. Nobody really knows what the future is going to hold. Some people think that home prices are going to drop. Some people think that interest rates are going to drop more. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. So let me give you some facts. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys about is the price to rent ratio. If you have never heard of that before, I highly encourage you to look into it because it's actually very interesting and kind of educational, just good for you to know. So the price to rent ratio, you find this by dividing the average sales price of homes in your city, which what we'll talk about right now is Lakeland, as I'm sure that's where most of you guys are watching from. So you take the average sales price of homes and you divide that by the average annual rent. So I found these numbers on Stellar MLS. So what it showed is that the average sales price in Lakeland is $215,622. The average rent in Lakeland is $1,267. So what we'll do is we'll take that $1,267, multiply it by 12, that gives you the average annual rent. And then you divide that into the average sales price of homes, which was the $215,622. And this gives you 14.18. What does that mean? I'll tell you. So what you want to do with that number is look at it on the chart and see where it falls. If it falls anywhere below 15, that shows that that area, it's more favorable to buy a home versus renting a home. It just makes more sense financially. It's probably the smarter move to make. Anything in the moderate zone between 16 and 20, it's usually better to rent than buying, but there could be some different factors that play into that, so you're kind of just in the middle. And then if it's anywhere above a 21 ratio, you should probably be renting over buying because it just makes way more sense financially. It's just way cheaper to rent than buying a home in those areas. So, like I said, Lakeland's at a 14.18. But what I did was I pulled some of the ratios of surrounding cities and then some bigger cities to just kind of compare to, and it was kind of fun to look at. So Tampa is an 18.96 price to rent ratio. Orlando is a 16.83. New York, 37.25. And San Francisco was a 53. That's crazy. So basically what this tells us is that right now in Lakeland, it makes the most sense to buy a home over renting because we're under that 15 mark. And from the research I've done and what I've heard is it's only supposed to go up from here. So take advantage of buying a home while that price to rent ratio is low. So the second thing that I wanted to tell you about is it's such a good time to buy because of interest rates. I don't know if you've heard, but interest rates are at an historic low. If you go look at charts, it's really interesting to see from like even just 2 years ago or 10 years back, interest rates have really gone down. And from what I've heard from lenders and other people, they're like, listen, if interest rates go any lower than this, I'm going to freak out. Like it's gonna be crazy. They've never seen anything like this before. So why is a lower interest rate so important? Well, interest rates play a big role in your overall cost of a home. So some people have been saying like, hey, I think I kind of want to wait to see if home prices drop. I don't want to pay this much for a home right now. They're too high. Here's the thing, is even if you decide to wait till home prices drop, you risk interest rates increasing on you. So even though you're saving money by paying a lower price on a home, you have to factor in the interest rates on that. Realistically, that could cause you to be paying more for a home than what you would right now if you pay while prices are a little bit higher, but interest rates are so low. That can make your monthly payments lower, the overall cost of the home lower. Interest rates play a huge role in the overall cost of your home, so you really need to consider that. So what I encourage you to do is do a little bit of research on your own, look up that price to rent ratio and kind of compare to some different cities and just see that Lakeland is a great spot to buy right now, even compared to Tampa or Orlando. And then ask your lender about the interest rates and maybe shoot them over some addresses of some homes you've been looking at and see what your monthly payments would be. There's just no better time to buy than right now, especially in Lakeland. I mean, the numbers show it. Like I said, we don't know what the future is going to hold, but we can look at the stats and the information we have right now. And it's a great time to be a buyer in Lakeland, Florida. So with that being said, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to take you around and show you some homes in Lakeland. So feel free to shoot me a text or give me a call and we will set some of those appointments up. My number is 863-899-5866. Thanks guys, look forward to hearing from you.